The main thing I wanted to talk about is the electronic imprisonment system, the electromagnetic harness. There is technology now that Elon Musk is related to. The satellites that has gone up and are placed in the air, and so the more that happens, the more that they're able to influence the land with the EMF wave harness influencing system. And so what I heard correlates with what I'm experiencing. I experienced it many years ago. So if I experienced it many years ago, why? Well, I think that they were they were using fear tactics to keep people out of the wilderness. Up here, it's just signs that say you're not allowed to go here anymore because we don't want the yellow frog to get disturbed. The yellow frog is in danger. You can't go in the water. You can't walk these trails. So when you, I mean, I've always walked these trails, and these signs went up, maybe 10 years ago or something, and a lot of my friends just ignore them, and we understand the violation of the waters thing. So, it's a, you know, um, around here these waters purify themselves. But anyway, they are granite quarries and aqua. It's like an aqua duct that, that's what cleans the water. My grandma always used to say, water cleans itself every 30 yards, I think it was. Yeah, 30 yards. She taught me how to see clean water. Anyway, so it makes you fearful to even be in the wilderness because you think you're breaking the law, and so you're there, and you are paranoid. But now, the satellites going in the air not only is affecting everybody's sleep. I mean, this is what's happening through the cell phones. You are getting this through the cell phones, but they put it in the air now. And it's causing ear ringing and all kinds of difficulties, I'm sure, and a lot of people can only imagine. Everybody is different. See, I am highly sensitive because I have been on the iPhone and the iPhone mania mainly way too much. That's why I get back on PC and I torture my iPhone. Those damn things are definitely hazardous for the health because of the EMF waves that come through there. I could write a book about it. It's terrible. It depends on who you are, too. It's an intricate monitor, actually, that increases in its intelligence to be able to ring back your electromagnetic. I mean, that's what's kind of going on, is they're tapping the fact that you're an electromagnetic frequency. See, that's how that they are able to get inside of your head anyway, is through the research that was done in the 40s, where they did, that's where they started pinging the people with frequencies of all ranges. They went in and studied what frequency emotions operate on, like fear, anxiety, sadness, happiness, and even telepathy and remote viewing. They put electrodes over, and they really studied that in Germany in the 40s. And with Tesla's equipment, it began to master and emulate um, being able to view these communication, the experimenting going on and on, and kind of what happened there with Adolf Hitler's regime or whatever they blame that guy on that. But the the population was just like belly up. I mean, let alone from having starved. But that shouldn't have happened either. Once you start fasting like that, you can just get your own spiritual sovereignty. But they were still under great control. And so you will see like 50,000 people walking in a line under the guard of just like 6 guards or something. And it's because they were using not only fear propaganda, talking, and then bombarding. And then, of course, they will scare them with certain things that are going on, just make it look like it's true. But so, point being is that, you see, I live all along the waterways. What they're planning on doing, what I heard, that correlates with the feeling that I'm getting now. See, I live right along the waterway here. I live along pretty much a priceless piece of what the, say, civilization controllers want to control and keep you away from and say it's mine, and also make you afraid of it or something. It's just the wilderness. So when you get close to the waterways, or even an opened wilderness area, but the waterways, I heard that they're going to be picking on that. They're going to be putting the satellites capability. They put a magnetic electrical field along these waterways, where when you start getting close to them, you start getting fearful, and they've already fed the population with stuff like, well, in the wilderness, people are ending up missing and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know what? I come from background who knows that the wilderness is friendly. So it's not the wilderness that you have to be afraid of, but they say, oh, the wilderness is blah, blah, blah. Well, could be that people are missing, not paying attention or something. There are animals. There are mountain lions up here, big cats. But they don't usually attack people. But no, that could be happening. I'm not denying that. My point is, though, you don't deny either the propaganda going out saying, as well as don't walk near or get in the water because the yellow frog might die. And it's like, gee, me. I'm sure there's a yellow frog in another canyon. It's going to be okay. There's many, many fucking creeks around here, and only a few of them. See, a lot of people who have lived up here for like 40 or 50 years never even seen a waterfall or a creek. I'm like, oh, well, you're just not. Well, first of all, you're not hiking around. Some people don't hike around. No, some people are not even in these mountains, babes. I mean, for 35, 40 years, it's happening where they go off the hill and they come back up, and it's like a guy that works, and she's, I don't know, staying homebound and getting involved with the community and not really at all being a wilderness lover or hiker like, say, my grandma and me. I just love it. I can't get enough of the view that's there, even though it's the same fucking view, but really it's not. If you think about it, a rock could have fell, all the trees have shed and come back again. Anyway, talking about, the fact of the electrical grid. See, I can go on and on about what I have personally gone through. See, with my 369 conjunction and Mercury-Uranus conjunction, I'm a highly electrical, magnetic person. A lot about that. I know how to use it too. In fact, my intergalactic name echoes the kind of aperture that I am. Highly magnetic, more than electrical. But there is a lot of electricity. All of it is very intensified in my field, to the point where, it shows in my blood type also. Of course, everybody has the blood type O negative, and they say that's the alien thing, so hi. But I'm here with the kind of aperture to tell you about that it is so. This information you can find out the research, what I told you about how they studied so much of it and has just been ratcheting up. It's in outer space now. What they were testing in the 40s, which Tesla was already mastering things in the 1880s. Highly classified secret information. Why? Because it's a different it's a different occupation on this planet who they are in control of the human organism, I guess you can call us, but um, we're getting down to the bottom of all that usage like that, and we don't see really a real, Jesus was here to tell us, and by the way, there's a way that I'm trying to set you free now, and it has everything to do with, see, the story is with Jesus is that that person was exhibiting superhuman powers, and I can't get into it now, I can't talk about it now, but when we break free from programming, and it has everything to do with the mind, there is definitely going to be that kind of craze. It's happened a little bit with me, and I think that I'm way behind it. Everybody is. Knowing what they can do beyond mind, uh, beyond belief. Really, you're still, it's not like you don't have a brain anymore. No, you're using it. You found out how to use it in a different way, and it's very hard to explain, but I will be able to explain it. Like, say, next month when we have such a shift amongst humanity that it's important to render yourself isolated and alone. I'm kind of laughing because there's there was a foot and a half of snow already on the ground. It snowed another foot last night. It's 4 in the morning right now. Is my favorite time of the morning. And so there is a lot of snow around me right now, and it's like, if I wanted to be alone, I'm certainly getting that way. If I had to, if I wanted to, I mean, if I was struggling with being alone, won't be struggling now. Nobody's going to be coming up anytime soon. Um, and may it be that way for everybody leading up to this major shift coming up. It's going to be boiling up. I can feel not only what they've been doing with the vibrational frequencies. It's so you can't keep track. This is the thing about why people shut down, even me, about how quick and what is really going on, how quick they are moving, and all of the deception, all of it. I was just reflecting on it, just how, I mean, I do often about how that it's, just throw your hands in the air and forget about it. Go to the circus and really get into what your mind imagining what all this is, but it's not really imagined. See, this is the thing I'll end this with, and because I was talking about superhuman capabilities that is done through having gotten your mind back. You are using it in a different way, which is your imagination. Very different than belief. See, the belief system, where the circus is there, you just go there and you're going down the grid, and that's the belief system that limits you, and you are just a run out of billions that won't get out of that, you see. But I'm here to tell you, with what little, and I consider it a very much little, like, for instance, I am within an ice, I'm encased inside of an ice crystal environment, which, man, the sound changes, everybody, of course, changes. I mean, people are tired already from the first 15 fucking feet of snow, 15 inches, it's only inches either, too. It's not like feet. I think we're getting up to 3 feet in the drifts areas. If that, maybe not, really. Um, More like 2.5. I'll take a picture of it the first thing in the morning here coming up. Um, I'm going to pull out my old sorrels. See, I set them aside. I've had these sorrels. I bought them when I was like 20. They're a pair of, well, it's the liner now. It's just the outside of the boot. It's just a good, but they're heavy boots. But oh well. I have some other kind of moccasin socks that I can stick in there. As good as a lining. The lining wore out of them over. And here it is, almost 3 decades later, and. But you know, I have see these goat boots in the background. They are goat boots, and they're a little bit tight with an extra thick sock. You know, you got to have a thick sock. My grandma, I'm into this right now. My grandma always said, you know, it really doesn't matter. I mean, you can have a wet body and a wet legs, but if your feet are cold and your head is cold, you're jacked. Keep your feet wet, keep your feet dry, and keep your head dry and warm. And even if you're in the snow and doing through the rain, you've done the right. You won't catch pneumonia. I guess if you blame that on that, but you won't catch distemper or distemper. It's called I just call it the animal name. Yeah, distemper. You won't get your hypothermia. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you are able to find enough private space. Don't try to drag anybody unless you are in love and you want love in your life and you know that this is right to just fall forward. Don't fall back into the narcissist paradigm, babes. The narcissist has a paradigm for you that lives like this, and talk about, see, that frequency thing doesn't work on me. I just absorb it. I just observe it. I observe it. I'm like, man, I'm not afraid of the wilderness, but something is making me like think my steps, and it's like, no. I go there and I take a breath and I look and it's like, no, this is it's like Planet of the Apes or something. Have you ever fucking saw that movie? The first one where yeah, people are walking in the wilderness and all of a sudden they come across this flaming thing. It's really just a hologram. And then you have to just walk past it. It's like, no, that's something that the space people have put up to try and keep us quarantined and hanging out with the monkeys or something. Thanks for listening.